right, what's up? This is a great Chrissy Chaos episode. Want to say happy birthday, Mom. Today's her birthday, Tuesday, May 24th. We have Gareth Reynolds on the pod. He created the show Philosophy. He is the other half of the hit podcast, The Dollop. I love Gareth Reynolds. I've known him for 10 years. We had an absolute blast. I'm actually in Austin, Texas right now because your boy did Joe Rogan yesterday. Woo-hoo-hoo! And I got a show tonight at the Vulcan in Austin, Texas. And then this Thursday, May 26th at Stand Up Live in Phoenix. And then July 8th and 9th, Providence Comedy Connection. Those tickets are on sale now. And yeah, I really, really, really enjoy this episode. Who knows what Elon Musk and his penis are doing? Johnny Depp's going crazy. Y'all know say. I'm in Austin, Texas. My family's probably mad at me. Yeah. Welcome to the pre-show, everyone. I have a guest coming on, Gareth Reynolds. He's going to talk about his life as transitioning into a female.
Thank you.
And that's what we're going to talk about. He's also going to talk about Virginia and his experiences at Charlottesville.
Vagina is what I'm going
Vagina. Gareth Reynolds, everyone. He not only did create the show Philosophy, which was the first ever time I ever got on television on MTV, him with Evan Man Tits Man. He also gave Hasan Minhaj his first opportunity ever on television, and you guys may know Hasan Minhaj. He's the guy, the lead of the Mindy Project.
Is that right?
Hasan is,
What, not the original Mindy Project?
Yeah, Hasan is Mindy.
Oh, right. Sorry, I misunderstood.
Yes.
Right, yeah, no, yes. Hasan is Mindy. No, that tracks.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying something weird for a minute, but now you're just saying that Hasan Minhaj is Mindy Kaling.
Yes.
Okay, right.
Yep. They're the same guy.
How's that for sound? Should he be leaf blowing the pool? Is my only other question, because he's doing a lot of pool stuff.
Because he's your standard.
He's a pool
landscaper.
blower?
Yeah, well,
okay.
Because TT Jerry, who's a transgender Puerto Rican person, was by the pool about an hour ago, so he feels the need to have to clean it.
Oh wow, that is aggressive.
Yeah, that's what he told me. He's like, "You want me to clean anything off?
I want to get all of her out.
You want me to clean any of the Jerry juice out?" So that's what he's doing.
Wow, he's very thorough. Now he's in the pool.
Yeah.
He's shooting around like the Rocketeer.
I'm not lying to you, man. He sends me texts at 3 a.m. drunk off his face, pretty religiously. And here, let's read one.
Who else has a relationship with their landscaper like that?
He goes, I remember one time, one of the first texts, he goes,
"Fuck your leaves."
No, he goes, "Yo, I thought you were a fucking stockbroker or some douchebag. But then my niece said she's seen you on some code shit."
Some code drunk?
Shit. Yeah. This is at 5:13 in the morning. Chris, if you pay cash, no tax. Also, I planted 2,000 tulips.
I like the first part a lot. I like that you're reading the first part.
He goes, "Chris, you pay cash, no tax. Also, I planted 2,000 tulips."
What, did you? And you didn't ask for that?
No, I didn't. And by the way, he meant to say 20 tulips. He wrote 2,000 tulips. He goes, "They came in."
The whole place is gonna be a tulip orchard.
He goes, "They come up in spring. It's on me." Oh wait, I can't say this next part.
Why?
Wait, bleep this out. We'll put this next one on the Patreon. He goes, "Please don't tell your neighbor. He's a nice guy, but a cheap motherfucker."
Wow.
Yeah. He goes, "Honestly, Chris, never you do shit like this, but you are hanging with Eli and whatnot. Eli Manning."
Okay.
He goes, "Besides, your wife likes Flower 5. Please don't tell your neighbor."
What time is this at?
This is at 5:13 a.m. January 7th.
Okay.
He goes,
so this would probably maybe still on a holiday, or you think he's working? Is this like, this is a bender?
No, yeah, dude.
Okay.
He's drunk right now.
Right, okay.
And then he goes, "Listen, neighbor's nice guy, but a cheap fucking fuck nerd, TY. LOL.
Thank you.
Chris, if your gardener, he needs clearance, SMFH. I need clearance. Tell your wife. For flowers, what in God's name have we come to? If I get COVID, I'm going to fucking breathe on everyone."
Oh.
Not sure who gets this, but I'm going to infect everyone. You're all a bunch of idiots. I've had it. Don't go near me. Anyone dare me? Fucking morons. Cash, no tax. Besides that, Eli and whatnot, you're a star, and still I feel stupid. I'll come to you, no problem.
Are you replying to any of this?
Zero.
Wow.
Zero. Then he writes KKK.
Okay.
No rush at all.
No rush on the KKK stuff. Take it over.
Then he goes, "Chris, don't worry. Whenever you got it, it's all good, bud. Don't even worry." Then he sends me mushrooms. Then he goes, "Chris, if you're home, I'll be there in half an hour. Please leave the dirt outside. Thank you. Landscaping calling. I'm outside." Then drunk again. January 9th, Borgata, bet are really DCEE good, KKKKK.
What?
Yeah. Yep. And then
Do you know him purely through landscape?
oh, then the next text, dude, my bad. Just ignore me, LOL. I'm pissed off, LOL. I must be old. My nieces are freaking out. Sorry I didn't know you, but you got good hands.
This is...
Then he goes, dot, dot, dot. Then he goes, dot, dot, dot. But you're in good hands. Spelled UR. I didn't want to ask. Yo, honestly, LMFAO, sorry, had no idea, but I am honestly, God bless you, LOL, had no idea. Chris, I'm pissed off. I thought you were a douchebag stockbroker. My nieces are freaking hour. I had no idea. I feel like a loser. My nieces are like, how do you know him? Anyway, it's all good. My nieces are going crazy. Your neighbor's cheap. Oh, my fucking God. Had no idea who you were. I hope you don't hold this against me, Chris. My nieces are going nuts. SMFAH.
He needs to get on the show.
Yeah.
Have his own podcast.
There it is. So that's the landscaper. Good guy. How are you, buddy? How's Apple Juice, California?
Now I'm doing better.
Yeah.
Than it sounds like the landscaper.
Gareth Reynolds, you know him from the Dollop podcast. You know him. You love him from the Dollop podcast.
Great.
He's one half of the Dollop podcast. And his podcast co-host name is Dave Anthony, but you can call him Anthony Dave.
Thank you. Yeah. No, and you know me. I also have the podcast, The Dollop.
Yes.
So
the Dollop podcast. He's got the Dollop, and it's about
90 minutes.
It's about 90 minutes, and it's the only podcast left about history. Why are you in New York? What brings you to?
I have one more show. We did the Dollop did Australia for 3 weeks.
Whoa.
Then we did
I just
a week
made
of
this
shows.
up. Whoa, we were. I made it up.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then we did a week of shows out here, basically, and then I did a week of stand-up. And then tonight's my last show at the Bell House. And I drove from Virginia this morning.
Well, how was the show at the Bell House?
It's tonight, but it's going to be really good.
No, but actually today is Tuesday, May 24th.
The show was great.
Yeah?
The show was really good.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I got Monkeypox, which I'm excited about.
Nice.
That's mainly what I'm here to promote.
Amazing.
I got Monkeypox, which is great. It's way better.
Yes.
It's fun. And so I got that. But yeah, the show was good. About 90 minutes.
What would you rather have? Quick question. Would you rather have monkeypox, smallpox, chickenpox, or twopox?
I didn't know is Tupac airborne?
Yes, you can get Tupac, and then you get infected, and you just wake up, you go, "Come with me, Hail Mary." That's the whole thing.
I'm gonna still say monkeypox by a hair, but I fell in love early. Wow. I like Tupac though.
And Lou would have a monkeypox, Tupac joke ready to go that we wouldn't be comfortable with.
LOL, SMFH.
Yeah,
fucking cheap neighbor.
Yeah, fucking cheap. And you know what's crazy is I don't know what neighbor he's talking about because he does every block. I'm like, is it the neighbor to the right, the neighbor to the left?
See, that's what you can keep it in the show.
100%.
You don't need to cut it out because
you want to comment on Pimp's arms, or do you not have
he's
to say about
jacked
Pimp's
up.
biceps?
Even more handsome than I thought you would be.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
For a behind-the-scenes guy, very handsome.
Yeah, Pimp used to look.
I'm the ugliest guy on the show.
No, you're beautiful.
You are beautiful.
Stop
You're the fucking most gorgeous woman we've ever seen.
Oh my! You say that to all the guys.
I know I don't. So what do you think about the Puerto Rican people in my Puerto Rican house?
Do you know them?
No.
I mean, they're very comfortable. They're very at home.
I don't know whose kids those are. I
didn't want to say anything, but it seems like they're really nesting.
No, this is actually Pimp's house.
Oh yeah, no, they seem a little too comfy. They're in the kitchen. They're doing stuff.
Guess what? Today, Tuesday, May 24th, is my mom's birthday. My mom's here, so maybe we'll bring her in a little.
She's here. Oh, great.
She's here. She's downstairs in the basement with Delilah.
I've met your dad.
My dad's coming June 24th, which is my daughter's birthday. If you want to come on back.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely do that. I'll come back. I'll drive. I had a great drive, so I'll drive. It'll be perfect.
My dad yesterday was on FaceTime. He didn't know my mom was here, and he was FaceTiming, a happy birthday to my daughter, and then he noticed my mom. He was like, up, I got a bad connection. I was like, I see you perfect.
Have you told my favorite story about your dad? Have you ever told that story?
Which one?
The
Show your bush?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's the best story
You like
ever.
that story?
That's as good as it gets.
What was good about that story with Show Your Bush, if
there's a hero.
If you know, is there's a hero and it's my dad, but it was a big buildup about my father yelling Show Your Bush at a children's recital. And the whole bit relied on a big laugh at Show Your Bush. And there were many times where that didn't happen. And then I just told an 8-minute story about how my dad's pretty much a pedophile, just yelling "Show Your Bush" with no punchline.
Wait, you did stand up about it?
Oh yeah,
and people don't find that part funny.
No.
Oh, that to me is what's funny is that he's expecting it to hit too.
Yeah.
So he's like, I know it'll crease everybody. Show your bush to like a teacher at a recital for kids.
So basically, quickly in a nutshell, are you allergic to nuts?
Yeah, so could you pick a different shell?
Yeah, in a pickle shell.
Great.
Yeah.
I love pickles. I love this already.
So basically what happened was we were at a recital. I was, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 years old. And it sucked. My dad didn't want to go, but we had to take my cousin and whatever. And then it's like a long, boring thing. It's, for kids. We're 9, 10 years old maybe. And we get to intermission and the curtain's closing and the woman who's running the recital, pretty woman, pretty, girl, whatever, in her 30s. She's like, oh, there'll be refreshments. We'll be back in 20 minutes. And he waits till it's pin drop silence and he yells out from the back row to this woman, show your bush. And like goes to try to give people high fives.
I did
laughing,
that.
And then they're like, oh my God. Sir.
These are children.
Yeah, and then I remember my dad bought me something ridiculous, like 4 packs of Twizzlers, like something
there you
dumb.
Go.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah. I probably shouldn't have yelled, show your bush to the teacher. There you go. Have a bunch of Twizzlers, buddy. Hey.
Yeah, but you know me. And then my dad's the kind of guy, like, he would yell that it would bomb, and then he'd, like, make believe he was having a stroke just to get out of it. He'd be like, I can't move my arm. I smell burning toast.
Show your bush. Never mind. I'm having another one. I'm having a second.
Show your bush.
Maybe she should show a bush. I can't feel my arms.
It feels like an elephant sitting on my chest.
I'm dead. I died. Make her show a bush.
I can't taste the food. Oh wait, that's COVID. That didn't come out yet. How, speaking of dad, where's your dad? Is he still in Milwaukee?
Yeah, he's in Milwaukee.
Nice, dude.
Hanging out.
What do you think of, what does he think of Milwaukee? Does he think, let me ask, if I asked your dad, hey, we can end the war in Russia, Ukraine right now. Just Putin wants Milwaukee. You guys kind of got to go there. You got to move Milwaukee to central Russia, but it's for the good of the country. Do you think the people in Milwaukee would do it, or they would say we're too important to the U.S.?
Are you asking from my dad's perspective or my perspective?
I want to go your dad's first, then we'll do yours.
My dad would probably be pretty like, well, it's a very bizarre call, but if we have to do that to save the Ukrainians, we will. Show your bush.
That's a proper Milwaukee accent.
And then absolutely authentic, muy auténtico. And then I think if you ask the people of Milwaukee, they would say no. They would be like, nah, it's not.
Because I feel like Milwaukee
They'd be like,
is
Bucks
America.
and 6. Bucks and 9. Bucks and 9, baby.
They got cheese. They got cheese there.
Yeah.
Do you? I feel like if there is a Russia of the United States, Milwaukee's there.
Sure. I feel like you're not thinking that through enough. But yeah, it's definitely got a Russian contingent.
The governor of...
it's tough right now there, by the way. They're not...
Why? Because the Bucks are out?
No, because for the Russian people of Milwaukee. Because they're Russian.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a bit of a stigma now.
Yeah, we had one of the people that used to work for our podcast, they left to go fight for Russia, which was an interesting choice.
Really?
Yeah, Belarus got in, and they were like, well, I'm joining.
Wow.
So they're going in there. But you don't hear about the Russia.
Is the landscaper doing anything like that? I feel like he would be, that would be a great guy to send.
I think the landscaper.
Lou again is the name?
Lou,
yeah.
the landscaper.
Yeah, let's get Lou over there.
Let's go. I think Lou has a Ukrainian flag on the side of his truck.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
We all bleed these colors, whatever they are.
I bleed blue and yellow because I got an infection in my foot. So you don't hear about Russia, Ukraine as much anymore though now, because I do think that Ukraine's probably now losing because Russia's just too big of a place.
That's sort of how the media plays it though. They do like 2 months on something pretty intensely, and then I'm hoping monkeypox is. Dude, come on.
Well, the United States. Well, my daughter's godfather was here yesterday, which was actually 3 days ago for my daughter's birthday.
Because today's Tuesday, May 24th. And I had my show.
You had your show at the Bell, and I actually am in Austin, Texas right now, which is insane, dude. I'm having lunch with Ari Shaffir, and he's talking about Kobe. It's weird.
That's great.
So I'm in Austin, Texas right now, eating chili, and maybe I'm going for a walk.
Yeah,
no, I actually am going for a walk.
You're walking probably down 6.
It's about 11. Right now it's about 12 p.m., 11 a.m. Central Time in Texas. So I'm going for a walk, maybe. Yeah. And
maybe getting some migas.
I might getting amigas. I'm getting amigas with Migos.
That's great.
Yes. So in Austin, Texas.
I think we've got your restaurant.
Yeah. So maybe right now maybe yesterday I did a very famous person show in Austin, Texas. His name his name rhymes with Ro Hogan.
John Rosen.
Yes, John Rosen. So I'm doing. Maybe I did his show. Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
How did it go?
It actually went well.
Good.
He in the middle of the podcast, out of nowhere, about an hour and a half in, just fucking roundhouse kicked me in the face.
That means he likes you. That's how he shows affection.
I blew a fucking load all
While
over one of
being
his
kicked?
conspiracy stickers. Yeah.
Right, like all over that wolf head or whatever.
Yeah. It just dripped
just
right off.
the wolf head.
Yeah,
man,
and then,
that's a sign.
And then Joey Coco Diaz ran out, like he hasn't been on the show. He ran out, baseball slid butt naked, and opened up his ass crack and just let it drip in. And I swear to God,
you promised this happened yesterday. 3 days in the future.
Show.
You swear to God.
If you can watch it on Spotify, and then he popped up and he goes, "I got monkeypox.
Show your bush.
Show your bush."
Ah!
Yeah, somebody said to me once, "Hey, how come?" Somebody said, "Why don't you get a real dad instead of stealing?"
Why don't you get a real dad?
he goes, "Why don't you
it's
get
like a movie that's like Big."
Yeah.
I wish I had a real dad.
He goes, "Why don't you get a real dad and instead of making up instead of having your dad steal old Joey Diaz's stories?" I was like, "What?"
Well, because we wrote a show for you years ago.
Yes.
And your father was a huge component because it's an endless bench of tales.
Wasn't it called the Distefano Show?
It was called the Steffa Show.
What a classic name. I have never gotten one show about my life on the air except this podcast.
But now you have a show now you do on your Patreon.
We have a Patreon, patreon.com/Christy Comedy, where, baby, you know it. You know that's where the fun happens. There are no ads. We are out of the box. You know me, I'm in the box. In here, I'm eating box. Out there, I'm sucking cock. And Gareth has a Patreon, too.
That's right. It's Show Your Bush. And that's it.
Patreon Dollop.
No, none of that. It's just Show Your Bush.
Show Your Bush.
Yeah.
Just put that in the search engine.
Go to that. Whatever comes up, that's mine. Donate towards that.
Yes.
Thank you. And it all goes to Ukraine.
And remember we tried to buy a website called hairnet.net?
Not only do I remember that, we got drunk and we decided to try to buy hairnet.net, and we found out someone owned hairnet.net, and then we started emailing with the person who owned hairnet.net, and we went back and forth for like 3 emails until she was like, "This is a waste of my time."
Yes.
We were like, "Look, we're not going to fuck around. We need this website."
Didn't they want like $5,000?
Yeah, it was like, well, she came back with the number, and
Look, it's open.
Wow, the fuck?
Do we buy hairnet.net right now?
I mean, it's been a dream for a decade.
How do we buy a website, pimp?
You go to Monkeypox, I think.
We could do it easy.
We could buy it? We'll buy hairnet.net.
I'm ready to die after
All right,
that.
great. So we're going to get hairnet.net. And then what else? Did we want cum.com? What else did we want?
There was another one.
There was another one I don't remember.
Yeah, this was the main one because we were negotiating so hard.
So Gareth, so if you watch the show Philosophy on MTV, which got about 4 or 5 seasons, I was in the first season. And
we killed your character off.
You did kill my character off. It was a.
You played Chris Distefano, the comedian.
Yes, and then you shot me right in the head.
Yep.
Right on set.
Yeah.
And
it's the cliffhanger.
And my last words were, "Lauren sins." and shout out Lo. Shout out Lolo. It's my girl.
Lozo.
And I remember I was still a physical therapist. I had auditioned. It was the first thing I ever really auditioned for, whatever. And then I remember, like, not thinking, whatever, I don't know how any of this works. And then being like, oh, I'm going to get, it's over. Like, and then I get a call the next day from my manager, and our good friend Lauren Zins is like, oh, we want to bring you in for a callback. And I was like, wait,
what the fuck?
What the fuck? And
this
then you
is
put
a trap.
You and Evan, man, woman, sat me down on the studio, and it was me, the great Kevin Barnett. Hasan Minhaj wasn't involved yet. There was another host who, I don't know what happened to that guy. I don't know where he is. What was his name? Was like Marty McCluster or something.
Yeah,
wild.
Marty McCluster.
Marty McCluster.
He runs a nut factory now. I can't go near it.
Yeah, I can't go near it.
I can't even smell
Marty.
the air.
Marty McCluster nuts, and he was a nice guy. But I remember being like, they're gonna change this host because we need some diversity up in here. And then I remember getting the show, and then seeing Hasan Minhaj, and the very first episode being like, wow, Hasan Minhaj. First of all, look at Hasan Minhaj. Look at what he looks like.
Man.
There. By the way, right before he did this,
he looks like Keebler Hassan.
Yes. I was there. He took, I don't know if you remember this, maybe you weren't there. This is at 1515 Broadway in Times Square. We were all waiting in the green room. We all shared one green room, and he took the most monster shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
He didn't show it to you. Hey, you guys gotta get in here.
And he was just so proud of it, where he was like, dude, I just ripped ass in there. And then I went in there.
That was his audition. That was how we knew. We were like, this guy can really rip his shit.
I remember going in there and be like, this guy's a fucking star. I mean, look at this episode. Me, Charlemagne the God. Well, actually, no,
Sarah Schaefer.
That's Charlemagne the God and Sarah Schaefer from the Nikki and Sarah show.
I remember after this because so we did the pilot. And we didn't know what was going to happen, but you and I kept in touch. And then when it got picked up, I was like, you're going to be all over this show.
Yes.
And all that. And that was actually when I started doing stand-up seriously.
2011, are we talking, or 12?
Something like that, yeah. Because you were like, you have this show where you're putting comics from New York on. I can get you onto any show.
Right.
You were probably 3 years in.
Thinking that I could get you in everywhere.
Well, and then, of course, it would be like 4 p.m. and we'd be in like someone's living room and I'd be like, is this a show? And you'd be like, yeah, you just go up in front of the other comics. So I was like, I'm not, okay.
Yeah, this is an open mic.
But I remember after this one, you were like, Charlemagne, just follow me on Twitter.
Yeah.
You like convinced him to follow you on Twitter.
And then
you were like, I got him.
Yeah.
I got him.
Yeah, and now I probably haven't spoken to Charlemagne since that day.
I thought Twitter was going to start it for you guys.
You know what's a great thing I've done? And it's only been 2 days. I have now.
So it's been 5 days.
5-6 days. Yeah. I died on Sunday.
What?
It's crazy, dude.
Don't spoil the end, because it better not be how you died on philosophy. Wait, so what were you going to say?
All right, Manscaped, I love it. I got the ultra smooth package, and you know me, I got a nice medium size to, I would say, some ladies would say small package, but it's still, Manscaped is the tool for me. It's the tool for you. It's time to shave that bush of yours. Show your bush. Shave that bush and get right to the roots with a discount just for you. Get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with the code chaos. That's manscaped.com with the code chaos. The Ultra Smooth package is a specialized groin shaving kit to help you buff, protect, and smooth your most sensitive areas. I'm talking crop shaver razor, crop exfoliator, and crop gel. Men, you no longer have to borrow your lady's razor for the precise trim. But first, listen to me. You're going to want to grab your handy lawnmower 4.0 and give your boys the classic trim to your liking to get the loose hairs out of the way, and then take out the Manscaped Ultra Smooth package to get that closer shave. I'm telling you, all 3 of these vegan, cruelty-free, and sulfate products are included. And what I'm talking about is the crop gel, the crop shaver, and what else are we talking about? The crop exfoliator, all vegan, animal cruelty-free. I love it. It's time to get up close and personal with the best tools for the job, the Ultra Smooth package from Manscaped. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code chaos at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code chaos at manscaped.com. Smooth out your fellas with the relaunched Ultra Smooth package from the fellas at Manscaped. Your balls will thank you. All right, guys, let's chat skincare. I'm talking about Lumen, okay? If your skincare routine is basically you washing your face in the shower with that one shower gel that you've been using since high school, then it's time to level up that skincare game, player. Because as it turns out, that regular body wash you have been using that you thought was good enough is probably damaging your skin. But thanks to Lumen, you can drop that bottle off 3-in-1. You can drop that 3-in-1 bottle off and start using products that actually take care of your skin. I got to be honest, I've been using Lumen, and it's awesome. My skin feels a lot better, a lot healthier, not as dry. I mean, these things are fun. I mean, it saves you time, these man products, when it's got 19 things in one. But it's not really, especially as we get older, not giving your skin the care it needs. With Lumen, I get the highest quality products. All their products aim to help with those stubborn acne scars, under eye dark circles, wrinkles, sun damage, dry skin, oily skin, and more. And starting with Lumen, it's pretty easy, man. Honestly, it is. All you have to do is take a 2-minute quiz on their website, and they'll tell you exactly which routine is best for you based on your skincare needs. All of Lumen's products come with instructions, so it's extremely easy and will help protect your skin from potential damage or future acne. Lumen is so easy to use. I'm telling you, it's so easy. I swear skincare shouldn't be that complicated. And with Lumen, it's just not. It's simple, and it takes me less than 90 seconds out of my day. And ladies love it. I mean, come on. Who doesn't like a guy with beautiful, gorgeous skin? I mean, you got to do it, Lumen makes my skin feel soft, makes my skin feel smooth. It's not dry, It's just good. I'm telling you, Lumen's good, and I want you to feel good too. I want you to show me pictures of your skin. So level up your skincare game today with Lumen Skin. Go to lumen.com luminskin.com/chaos to get your free trial of Lumen's products. That's LUMIN skin.com/chaos to get your free trial of Lumen's products. luminskin.com/chaos. So yeah, dude, I on Sunday for no reason I just went to 1515 Broadway and somebody shot me in the face with a fucking t-shirt gun and killed me, just like they did on Philosophy. Dude, Hasan, look at what Hasan used to look like. Look at how much better looking has he gotten from then till now.
He is far better looking now. I mean,
do you think Hasan's going to be president?
Truthfully, he would be great.
Yeah,
he would be great. But this shows you, like, you know, once you get successful, you get like a little bit of money behind your look. You know, they polish you.
Yeah,
like you.
What do you think?
I love it.
You think I look better now than I did back then?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. And I think on Special Weshy, you're humming.
Especially Weshy, directed by the great Mike
I'm
Levin.
aware. Yeah. Well, he also directed Mike Cannon's, too.
He did it
Both
off his
fantastic.
biceps. The whole thing. He's got two
Well,
cameras
no wonder it
implanted
was
in his
such a strong
biceps.
set. It was a beauty.
Shane's, too. Check out Shane
Oh, and
Gillis.
Shane
Okay.
Gillis, as he did.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Fucking great. Yeah.
And who else are you going to do? Who's next?
Probably Nate.
And Nate Bargatze's going to do.
Wow.
And
maybe Hasan, if he will.
No.
You can book him through hairnet.net. He needed to go to hairnet.net, to be honest. If anyone needed to go to hairnet.net.
Shout out. Do you keep in touch with Hasan?
I don't keep in great. I mean, you know, it's one of those things when, like, people get super famous. Like, even you to some extent. It's like, you don't want to be, like, annoying necessarily. So.
I'm not like Hasan, though.
No, but we do go back and forth at times. And when he got the Daily Show, I mean, he is a great dude, but when he got the Daily Show, he had a party in LA, he was leaving LA and all this stuff. And I remember I showed up and I feel out of place at those things and I never want to be like, hey, what's going on, you know? And he saw me and he came up and we were talking for like 15 minutes and all these Hollywood people are coming up to him and he keeps going, hold on, I'm talking to my buddy from, and he was very engaged, he was very nice. And we've gone back and forth on Instagram a couple times and he's totally, he's totally cool. I mean, he's just busy as shit. He's got a family, as you know. Oh, yeah. It's like if you're doing something on this level and you have a family, it's like, and you have Lou, and who's just taken up 2 of the teats already.
Take so much care.
These Puerto Ricans who have nested here,
dude. The Puerto Ricans, I didn't realize how many eggs they lay.
No, especially around Easter.
Dude, speaking of Puerto Ricans, I want to give a quick shout out and congratulations to AOC, who just recently announced she's engaged.
To a guy who looks a little like me, which is upsetting.
I was going to say, he looks like Fat Gareth.
Yeah, I feel like that's being generous. I feel like she looks like Road Gareth. This honestly was Pandemic Gareth, is what he looks like.
This is Pandy Wandy Gareth.
Yeah, this is me in Idaho, but I'm like, if I knew that she was going after that, I would have taken a whack at it, crack at it.
If you, as we always say, you can get in touch with the show at patreon.com/ChristyComedy. You write on that community board. We want you right now to go on that community board. All the girls out there, or the guys who are biological males that have transitioned to females, or gay men. Gareth doesn't judge. Do we think, is Gareth hot or not? I want to see it at patreon.com/ChristyComedy.
Do not update me on any of this.
Yes.
I do not want to know.
Hot or not. He's got a great...
I think it's better am I hotter than Riley Roberts? That's when I would read the comments on. If I'm hot, oh man,
he's got a beautiful home in Sacramento, California.
The capital for no reason.
Yes, that is genuinely the capital for no reason.
There's a lot of those. I mean, I feel like that about Albany too. You
3 states right now. Hit him 3 states. I'll say the capital immediately. If I even hesitate at all,
I know you know Montpellier.
If I even hesitate at all, then I go and I'll slit one wrist. Go.
Delaware.
Dover.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma City.
That was an easy one. Nevada.
Carson City.
Wow.
Welcome back to the show. Patreon.com/ChristyComedy.
Fuck.
Yeah. Wait, dude, so let me ask you, the Dollop, what is the most, because we love history here.
Yeah.
And what do you think was the most, if you can whittle it down to one, what is the most mind-blowing fact you think you learned? Whittle it down to 3. Mind-blowing fact, parentheses, S, you've learned on the Dollop. Or just in life in the last couple of years.
Well, I just got hairnet.net, which has kind of been...
That's insane.
I'm having trouble shaking that news.
Yes.
We've done like 540 episodes. I mean, the real story of Harriet Tubman...
Which is what?
Which is that she was a real fucking badass, like, led a rebellion. You know what I mean? Like, they really sanitize her story in the history that you learn. They're like, she helped the Underground Railroad. It's like, no, she was a fucking badass.
Like, what do you mean? How so? Like, was out like with a gun and stuff out there?
Just led like a rebellion. Like led a huge slave rebellion that
like would have been 100% if she got captured, killed in a public square immediately.
Of course, yeah. And then I would say also how the women started running in marathons. It's an amazing story.
Wait, how did that happen?
So there's just,
great.
I mean, by the way, these are not like.
Go all see all this at the Dollop, by the way.
Yeah, the podcast every week is a crazy story. And like 95% of the time, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But this one, basically, there was this lunatic Scottish dude who like who was in charge of the Boston Marathon. He was like, no women, no bloody, there's not going to be a bloody woman. And then this woman was like, fuck it, I'm going to run, you know?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, come over, hell and high water, you know? And then so he tried everything to stop her. And she ends up running it. She sneaks in. She like rips off another shirt. She's got her number on it. And she's like running. And he's like on a bus chasing her. And he chases her down and rips her number off. But that was enough for other women to start.
And what year was this?
This was probably like 1960-ish.
Wow. So like, Jesus.
Yeah, that one's crazy. And then this one, the history of pies, how pies started.
Like edible, like eating like a cherry
pies.
pie.
Well, now we're like, oh, pies are a dessert. But it used to be a way to sort of preserve ingredients and meats. So you would basically make these pies because your meat would go bad.
So yeah, because you always hear about meat pies, like meat pies, but we don't do that anymore. Now pies are dessert.
Some countries do. England holds on to their traditions strongly. They're still a pretty much potato stew-based culture.
Yes.
But it was like originally like we did this whole one on pies, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? But it was really a lot of it was ways to just kind of keep things from going bad. You'd bake them into pies. But even then, what they were eating, like the smells of them, they were disgusting.
Well, it's interesting.
You think Hasan took a bad shit? I mean, back then it was just like
you shitting meat pies.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I thought,
But there's many more. I mean, that's not.
No, listen to me. Go to the Dollop. Go to the Dollop. It's one of the best podcasts because the premise was, and I know it's morphed a little bit now, used to be Dave Anthony teaches you about something.
Still that.
No, but doesn't it switch off once? I've listened to a couple episodes
Every
now
and then I've probably done like 10 or 11 episodes.
What a cush job for you. You don't have to do.
I try to not tell him. I try to act like, man, I'm exhausted. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, he spends like 20 hours on a story.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, man, we really laid it all out there today. We left it all in the field. And I'll be like, buddy, you just
Is he here in New York right now with you?
No, he was here last week. He went back.
So you've been in New York for a week.
No, I went from New York last Friday to D.C., Philly, Virginia twice, and then back here.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What hotel are you at?
In New York?
Yeah.
It's called La Quinta.
Ooh,
it's a little resorty. It's kind of, you'd love it. It's kind of a resort. It's kind of one of those places where you can kind of just get away from yourself and your problems for a little while.
I like that.
Relax.
24-hour room service?
Oh my God, absolutely. Yeah.
Pool,
Whatever
jacuzzi, weight
they got
room.
Pies, old pies.
Wow.
They have vending machines and
yes.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So it's just kind of an escape. It's like a spa basically.
I love it.
Where you can't park.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a spa where parking is a nightmare, and once you get there, you're so stressed out you need to relax.
Yeah, it's a spa in the sky.
It's a sky spa.
The sky spa.
Yeah.
So
I'm on the top floor, which is the third.
Ooh,
yeah,
cute.
Which is exciting.
So you know what else is interesting about like, the past? I was just listening to a bit of a podcast yesterday from
The Dollop.
Michael Pollard, I think his name.
Yeah.
He was on Rogan.
He's
and
awesome.
that guy, and I don't know, and I'd love to get on Rogan. And
I've got good news. Talk to me in 3 days.
Yeah, wow.
Or yesterday.
Yeah. So maybe it's out. I don't know. It could be out today or tomorrow. Not that I'm saying I did it, but it'd be cool if I did.
Maybe.
Yeah, I held. It'd be wild if I held him at gunpoint for 3 hours and just made him keep screaming my Patreon.
I'll tell you, that's how you have a memorable appearance. Yeah. There's no pressure after that.
Yeah.
I
just had.
And then like for some of it, you could kind of vamp and be like, so how do you think man actually started? Like, like how did we come from apes? Let's do some content too over here, Joe. I mean, I'm not saying the whole thing has to be a hostage situation.
Yeah. I'm just yelling my dates.
Yeah.
So. Stand up, line, Phoenix. But what was interesting about this guy, because I was thinking about this, is, how much coffee I drink. And I know you were a big coffee drinker for a while.
I had to stop.
You had to stop because I remember you specifically, you said you used to drink like a pot a day.
I used to drink a pot before lunch.
But so,
and then I used to do night, because we would go, I'd be tired from work, we'd go do stand-up, I'd have a night pot.
Yeah.
And then I'd be laying in bed being like, why do I have these sleeping issues?
yeah, I remember like when you were doing philosophy, you had that apartment in Hell's Kitchen and there were just pots of coffee everywhere.
Yeah. The Shemef family was, remember it had that little placard on the door? Yeah, it was real weird.
Family. Yeah, and so what he was saying, and I was thinking about this, and I'm like, is, I drink so much coffee, and caffeine is a drug. Like, it's just a legal drug, but like, totally. I am not, whoever the real me is coffee is like, moves that to a different person. Because he was saying when he didn't do coffee for 3 months, and he had done every drug in the book. This was like what his life's about, DMT and psychedelics and everything. And he didn't have coffee for 3 months, and he said that the first cup of coffee was like glorious. It was like beautiful and amazing. He was sitting there with his wife. And then he said after about 20 minutes, there was like a garbage man across the street that wasn't bothering him. That was like there, like doing something. He said, and then 20 minutes into it, he just got so irritable that he had to leave. He's like, I had to leave. He's like, and it like kind of made me realize like, oh, my personality differs on coffee. And then he said he felt when he wasn't on coffee, he didn't mind that he wasn't getting things done. He was just okay with it. Where on coffee, if he didn't get things done, he felt like a failure, like he needed to get it done. And he was saying, it was just interesting because he was like, there's a world pre-coffee and post-coffee. He said in the 1600s, coffee came, and then all these things started to get done.
Right.
We started to do all these things. He said, but pre-coffee, the world was, everybody was actually kind of buzzed, even children, because it was safer to drink fermented liquor than or beers and stuff than water. Like even children would have hard cider every day because it was not safe to drink the water. So everybody was drunk, but all you had to do when you were drunk was, farm, do shit. But then in the Industrial Revolution, you got to press buttons and cranes. You can't do that drunk. But what you can do, you got to get a lot of work done. You have coffee.
Yeah, I mean, well, we've talked on the show about like people. I mean, the level of people used to be drunk all the time. There used to be like people on the street who would be like just giving you like ladles full of liquor. Right. For a small amount. And everyone was shit-faced. I didn't do coffee for 2 years.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't have one sip of coffee?
Or caffeine. I didn't do any caffeine for 2 years.
How did you do that? What did you do?
Well, it was before. I honestly, it is crazy because
Hey, this is crazy. Here's my number. Call me maybe. Just made that up.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That just came off the
100%.
internet?
Yep.
Wow, that is amazing.
Go ahead.
And I'll go ahead. So what I did was I listened to how my body felt, and like I slept a lot more. I had a job a couple of different times, like writing jobs, and after lunch I would take like 20-minute power naps. There was like a difference in energy, but I felt so in tune with like my sleep cycle and how I was just sleeping.
You felt like a better version of yourself on the 2 years with no caffeine.
I think to your point, it was like I definitely felt fatigue from activities more, but I also feel like there's something to being like, yeah, my body is tired, my mind is tired, and kind of responding to that, and caffeine and coffee denies that feeling and kind of cuts it off. So you kind of have the choice in a way. It's like, because I definitely feel like I am in or out. Like I can't be like someone who's like, I had one and that's it. As you know, with like the 3 pots I used to do. But I felt way more in tune with just how my body felt. Like,
so did you go? Was that first 2 weeks brutal?
Dude,
headaches?
That was actually what made me want to stop. I was doing a cleanse for ayahuasca. And
nice.
It was
which we want to do on the show. We need to talk about that next because we just talked about it last week. It's something that I want to do. This episode should be.
I like the upgrade over there too. I like the shades.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, well, he's on edibles now.
Oh, thank God they finally kicked in. See if you can do something about the Puerto Ricans. But the headaches. The way I felt, I was like, I'm so addicted to this shit.
Like you got massive headaches
dude,
when you stopped.
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it.
Really?
It's like, yeah, I mean, I've quit smoking. And that is definitely like a physical withdrawal, but I didn't feel like as bad. I felt like it was on my mind constantly, but with the coffee or the caffeine, it was just like, dude, I had these headaches that I was like, there's something wrong.
How long did the headaches last?
Probably like 2 weeks. It was probably like.
Were you drinking decaf coffee or nothing?
No, nothing. And that was the other thing, the amount of water I was drinking. I mean, I was so hydrated.
Really?
Yeah, just like clear piss.
And then have you had a sip of coffee since?
I've not had coffee since. I have tea now. Because tea, like if I don't have something in my stomach, tea makes me feel nauseous. So it's a way for me to be like, okay, I'm sort of like finding the medium.
Yeah, because tea has a bit of caffeine, right?
Yeah, there's and like the one I drink, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's something that like I really want to try to, because then the guy said, I think it's Pollard.
Yeah, I think it's Pollard.
Or Pollard.
Yeah.
He said that he only drinks coffee now on Saturdays. He treats it like a treat, like a drug. Yeah, Michael Pollard. This guy's great. So he
right.
So it's actually, that's not the guy. That's wasn't
him.
the guy.
That's him.
Oh, this is him. So
I think it's you. That's crazy.
Oh shit. I was
You've
on Rogan
always been
already.
Michael Pollard.
So it was interesting because I was like, I for the longest was a guy, I think because I grew up with a very conservative Catholic mother. Happy birthday, Mom. I was so scared. Like, she believes in the government. She believes if the government says it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. So like, alcohol is legal, so it's good. Weed is illegal, so it's bad. Like, that's how it was.
Right.
And then as I got into podcasts and got to meet all different types of people like you and different walks of life, I'm like, oh, the government lies. Alcohol kills more people than weed ever will. And psychedelics, like we talked about this on the last podcast on the right is a podcast I have.
That's a great.
Yeah.
What a great name.
Yeah.
You really are just
yeah.
spinning gold.
Yeah. So, and
You're
it's very
Rumpelstiltskin.
original.
Yeah.
So I realized that like ayahuasca's been around, and all DMT, all this stuff from plants has been around for like 1,000 years. There's tribes.
Not ayahuasca. A lot of those things have.
No, but there's a tribe in the Amazon that gives babies a shot of ayahuasca as soon as they're born because they want them to connect.
Really?
Right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
The discovery of ayahuasca, I believe, is like the last 150 years.
No, but wasn't it in plants? How do you get ayahuasca?
It's a root and a plant mixed.
Okay.
And the legend is that it was a guy, I think in like Brazil, something like that. I'm probably off on
Brazil.
that. That's exactly. So
Yeah.
Authentico. And he just had a vision to mix the root and the plant.
Okay.
And that's what it is. It's a mixture of those, and then it tastes like fucking monkey cum, and I know
Does
that.
it taste like monkey cum?
It's not good. It's like it's actually kind of like earthy, like coffee consistency, but it's not a good taste. And
Where did you do it? Did you do it in Peru?
Yes.
Did you do it in
No,
bed?
no, I was supposed to. That I had to do.
Where did you do it?
I had to do Deadbeat, which was on Hulu for 3 seasons.
There you go.
So I couldn't do it. I did it all like
And I think the Mindy Kaling project starring Hasan Minhaj is on Hulu as well.
Go check that out.
Yeah.
Hassan's crushing it. And
Yeah.
I did it in like California, basically.
So, because I thought you had to go to one of these countries with a shaman to do the real experience, but that's not true. Like, I could do it in New York. I don't have to
Well,
go
you
to
want to
Peru.
have, you definitely want to have like a shaman that you trust there and something, because you want to have someone kind of helping you interpret
Get through
all
that.
the
So you had a shaman in
machinations.
California.
Yes,
That was from Peru?
or wherever I went, potentially. You
Right.
don't want to say too much.
Got it.
Yeah.
So, what was your experience on ayahuasca? Tell us what you felt, because we are very, very, very seriously considering the fans on the Patreon are called the Puerto Ricans. The Puerto Ricans and I are considering doing ayahuasca, and we're going to do it as a live. We shouldn't live stream it.
I mean,
It's a personal
there's-
thing?
I feel that way.
Okay,
yes.
so then
I
we're
think-
not gonna do
I
it.
think you would feel that eventually too. I think if you like approached it with like, you want to have it documented, that's one thing. But like, I don't know if you'll get a lot of comedy out of that actual. First of all, it's hours. I mean, you're going through it for hours.
I thought ayahuasca was 12 minutes.
No, that's DMT. DMT is like ramming your head into another dimension. For
Did you
12
do that
minutes.
as well?
Yeah. For like 12
Holy
minutes.
shit!
And then you're just like, what is going on? You completely lose connection to yourself. You don't even think that you're there for a minute. But DMT is something that's like in your body. It's released when you're born. It's released when you die. It's released when you sleep. But
But it's also in a bullfrog, right?
I don't know if that might be DMT, but yeah, there's a certain frog where you can get
The venom of it or something.
Yeah, there's a frog poison. Basically, you like squeeze it like a pimple and it shoots on glass. You smoke that. I want to do that. I've never done that. But yeah, the DMT is like 12 minutes and you're just like in another dimension.
Shot out of a cannon.
That Chrissy Chaos poster is pretty much DMT.
Oh, which by the way, hold on, let me get the poster.
I was gonna say, isn't that Lou's job? Lou dropped the fucking ball. There we go. Now we know what we're doing. There we go. Now all right. Let's start from the top. There we go. Let's go from the top.
Are the cameras on?
All right, action, Chris.
Jasmine, a.k.a. Vinny, cooks with it all the time. We've been eating such fantastic meals. The whole family's been getting involved, cooking them. It's really awesome. Everything comes prepackaged. It gives you the ingredients on what to cook, what you need. They send you everything. We have meals done in like 30 minutes or even less a lot of times. And the whole family can eat. We just had one the other day, this chickpea Mediterranean sandwich. It was like one of the best things I've ever eaten. They're fantastic. It's in taco night. And you can pick, do you want a vegan option, a meat option, whatever it is. Green Chef's it says it right here, pre-portioned ingredients mean you'll actually reduce your food waste by at least 25% compared to grocery shopping. That's something I didn't think of, but that's awesome. Fresh produce, premium proteins, and organic ingredients you can trust. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. I got to be honest with you. I love Green Chef. I mean, Jasmine, we order it now. We use our promo code that I'll read out in a second, but this is what we eat. This is all we eat. We look forward to it. My kids, we used to do Taco Tuesdays every night, and now we do the Green Chef tacos, and my kids love that the most. And they got Green Chef's got keto, paleo options, veggie options, vegan options, Mediterranean menus, the fast and fit options was the ideal meal plan for eating when you're strapped for time with recipes under 700 calories and ready to eat in 25 minutes or less. They got the on-the-go ones that some of them you don't even have to heat them up. They had a chicken and carrots thing the other day that I just grabbed and ate in the car. It was fantastic. I love Green Chef. I can't talk about it enough. It doesn't matter, do you cook? Do you not cook? Green Chef makes it very easy to follow. If I could do it, you could do it. Trust me, because I don't know how to do anything. And even I could do Green Chef and make it taste great because they do all the hard work for you. So right now, go to greenchef.com/chaos130 and use code chaos130 to get $130 off plus free shipping. greenchef.com/chaos130 and use the code chaos130 to get $130 off plus free shipping. Go there right now. Green Chef is now owned by HelloFresh, and with a wider array of meal plans to choose from, there's something for everyone. I love switching between the brands, and now my listeners can enjoy both brands at a discount with me. So there you go. You thought, is he cheating on HelloFresh? No. It's all owned by the same place, but I'm telling you, we use Green Chef. We prefer Green Chef. We love it. And go to greenchef.com/chaos130. Use the code chaos130 to get $130 off plus free shipping. greenchef.com/chaos130. Do it now. Look, we're all adults here, and I know some of us choose nicotine to relax, focus, or just unwind after a long day, but Lucy is a modern oral nicotine company that makes nicotine gum, lozenges, and pouches for adults who are looking for the best, most responsible way to consume their nicotine. It's a new year. Why not start it out by switching to a new nicotine product you can feel good about? And it is a new year. We might be 5-6 months into it, but it still technically is a new year. Please, listen, if you enjoy using nicotine, you should definitely check out Lucy's products at lucy.co. That's lucy.co, and use promo code chaos at checkout. One of my aunts uses it. She loves it. Also, I have to read this disclaimer. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. That's a warning. And remember, if you're interested in a better way to use nicotine, visit lucy.co and be sure to use that promo code chaos. Take screenshots of it. I want to see your Lucy. If your name's Lucy, send me a picture of your Lucy. Lucy.co, promo code chaos. So is the episode over?
I think we just got picked up for a 5th season of Philosophy.
Wow.
Yeah. And we only did one, remember?
Wait a minute. Are we on ayahuasca?
I think we might be.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's not very good.
This is what it feels like?
It's not great.
This is insane.
It's kind of overrated.
Dude.
It's just having me over to your house.
Okay, wait a second. So, first of all, let's take me through. This is insane that you're here right now. Take me through what your experience was with ayahuasca.
Well, I've done it a number of times. I mean,
how many times?
Probably 5 times, 5-ish times. The first time is crazy because, like anything like that, you're not, there's a lot of anxiety over what to expect and like what is it going to be and how does it work. And, if you do it right, it's like really a traditional ceremony in the way that it's like to be respected and someone's kind of giving you insight and the shaman's like they're kind of guiding you. You take it. It takes a while to affect you.
Like how long?
For me, it took about an hour, but for other people, it
So
seemed
for an
to be,
hour, you were just normal, like.
I was feeling something, but I was going like, there's not this.
Do you puke and shit too?
That I feel like is a bit of a misnomer. I have puked, but not every time, and I've never shit. I was in one ceremony where I think a guy shit.
It just smelled like shit.
Well, I mean, you're so deep into something, but I was just like, what's going on? And I was like, pretty sure he shit his pants. Anyway, but and then what kind of happens is if you're really, having a heavy one, it feels like this third eye, the thing that you always read about and see in that sort of art and shit like that, pops. And then it feels like you are having some sort of communicative experience with another realm, another being.
Do you
the
think
plants,
that
potentially?
You would have been able to say quit coffee and change your life like that without these psychedelics? Or do you think it rewired your brain in a different way?
I think it changes you. I mean, no doubt. There's like
Your personality
there's the
changed.
BC and then there's the AD. It's like the AD comes after that. You're different. You view everything differently. You view kind of the
BC before Chrissy.
That's right. AD after Distefano.
Yeah, after that's what it is.
Yes. But you just view your worldview is different. It's like it's a little hard to explain, but you just feel more, I guess, a little less pressure in the world that we live in. If that makes sense. Like, you feel like you're a fully inflated balloon before,
right?
And then afterwards, like, someone took half the air out of you, so you're not as close to popping.
Do you not fear death anymore? A lot of people say they don't fear death.
I do not, no.
Because of that, before that you did.
Definitely. And I was like full-on atheist. I was like, I am now way more agnostic-y than anything.
What's the difference between atheism and agnosticism again? One believes.
Couple drinks.
Your mother's cunt!
Show your bush.
Sure.
No, agnostic is open. Atheist is no. There's nothing religious. Pious is 100%.
So atheism says there is not a God. Stop being stupid. Agnostic is like there could be anything. I just don't subscribe.
Bill
to.
Maher, the Pope. That's your spectrum.
Got it.
I fall in the midst now where I go. Maybe.
It's possible.
Very possible.
Before that, when we were doing philosophy, you were a full atheist.
Yeah, and I was drinking a lot.
So you don't drink alcohol anymore now?
I
You're
do,
sober.
but just not like I did. I mean, I have been since I've been on the road, but yeah, not like I used. I remember I used to like take shots all the time.
Yeah, dude.
I remember
you
one
were
night
drunk.
you and Mike Cannon, we went out and you were like, let's just have a nice chill night. I was like, nah, it's cool. Can I get 2 whiskey? You guys were like, all right, this guy's out of control.
Yeah, you drank. I remember you used to drink. You used to do fucking wild drugs.
Yeah, I still do wild drugs. But I smoked cigarettes. But no, it definitely like you just your worldview is different. You feel and I do not fear death. I'm like, the more you read about that shit, like dying, the more you're like, there's something that goes on after your body's dead. Your brain is still doing shit for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, we just read an article about it,
which is like the bardo,
We just read an article last week. I think it was on Hey Babe every Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. That the human eye still has still can move after 20, 30 minutes after
they
death.
brought back a dead eye. Like they
wow.
resuscitated a dead eye and got to function.
They did mouth to
Yeah,
eye.
like the eye almost has like a mind of its own. Like you can just like you're fully dead, but the eye's alive. The eye lives. The eye lives.
Scientists brought it back from the dead.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Scientists doing crazy shit.
Scientists gave the eye mouth
like
to mouth.
little tiny defibrillators.
Yeah, just.
We got a pulse. Yeah.
But wait a second. Okay, so do you think then? For me, I know everybody's different, but I was just thinking, because I used to think, I'm not going to do any of that stuff until my kids are 18. I have to be a father now. But now I'm starting to think like, would taking some of these psychedelics, just trying it, actually make me potentially a better father?
There's definitely
I beat my children now.
And then you're a perfect father. Then do not change a thing. Just, no, I think that it gives you more empathy for everything, I think would be, I used to look at like taking mushrooms, like let's get drunk and take mushrooms and stuff like that. And then the older you get, the more that you're like, no, you can actually like glean value out of these things. And
like it's like a health. It's an emotional health thing for you.
Definitely, yeah, for
Taking
sure.
mushrooms.
Yeah,
you're not looking to get fucked up off it.
There's definitely those too. I'm not saying like those days are behind me totally, but like ayahuasca is something where it is like you're going to do this to like kind of like do basically an inner diet. You know, when you go through like your computer and your computer's slow and you run a diagnostic and you're like, what are all these fucking files here for?
Yeah,
You know, you're like, I don't need any of that. That's sort of what it feels like. It feels like a way to just kind of run your own diagnostic and be like, you know, I'm holding on to this and that doesn't matter and this doesn't matter and I should be doing this and I should do that. And I think you kind of walk away with like, you know, and some of them stick around and like you carry with you forever and then others kind of drop, but you definitely come back like a cleaner, like better version.
Do you think the government makes it illegal because they're like, they know if like we all got on like a higher spiritual thing, it would be very tough to control?
I trust our politicians. Yeah, absolutely. I think I mean, you look at what's criminalized and what's not. You kind of were talking about it before. But like Oxycontin, okay, that epidemic, no big deal. Like let everyone fucking, you know, use heroin because we make profit.
Right.
Weed, ayahuasca, mushrooms, those natural things. I mean, weed eventually they've kind of turned capitalist, but yeah, I think those are hidden because I think if you were to put like ayahuasca in the water in DC, you'd probably see a lot more beards, a lot more like kind of just people in like, you know, moo-moos just kind of hanging out and being like, what are we even doing? Like, I agree with, you know, Mitch McConnell would be up there like, we need to pass the empathy clause, you know? Yeah, shit like that.
So would you say I can rush right to ayahuasca or would you do shrooms or something else first? Would you like level up to it?
I think if you like get a good situation with ayahuasca, you can totally do it. I don't think there's anything wrong with, you know, again, they're different experiences.
Could it kill you? Could it like stop my heart or do something?
I think that there is, they do ask you for certain health information because, you know, you will have like an accelerated heart rate for a part of it, but I think you would be fine, you know? But I mean, you know, it's the sort of thing where you want to, again, that's why you want to have like a professional person, someone who you're like, okay, this person knows this, is connected, is going to guide me through this shit in whatever sense that means.
Right.
You know, while it is like an inward journey or like kind of a connective thing, it's, you know, you want to have someone there to be like, hey, I need water, or I got to take a piss, or I'm a little freak, you know, whatever it is. That guy shit his pants, you know, whatever. Just to make sure, but no, I think you could do it. I think you could do it without doing that stuff. You just have to, again, like, it's not like a party drug. It's like, this is like a kind of...
Don't do DMT, though. Right
I didn't say that.
You think I could start with DMT?
No, I wouldn't start with DMT.
Because you just... What's the reason?
I mean... Again, I think you could. I think you could do it before. I just think ayahuasca is a very good version of how crazy all these things can get. Were you just flexing your tricep and looking at him, Chris?
I gotta let these motherfuckers know.
All right. I think that like I do think ayahuasca is a good slow burn version of it.
Yeah.
Like I said, DMT is like
shot out of a cannon.
Like a kick in the nuts. And
what happened when you did DMT? What was the difference between that and ayahuasca?
You just
ayahuasca.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Thank you.
You have a very pretty voice.
Yeah.
It is just like you're fucking boom. It's like the difference between taking a space shuttle to space and then just having someone throw you into space. Like you are just suddenly like, what? You do not, on ayahuasca, you're like, oh, the ayahuasca ceremony, this, that, and this. DMT, you're just like, why am I around the minions? You know, what is happening?
Like,
you
it's
know?
like that.
That.
But did you like the feeling on that of DMT?
It's different. It's definitely a funnier,
Did you get more spiritual connections, all that stuff?
No.
Or that doesn't happen? That's literally just like a ride.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. That's like...
It's just interesting because everybody who does these drugs say they don't fear much anymore, actually. Like, they don't live in... They accept so much more.
Yeah,
Then they resist.
Again, I mean, honestly, to what you were asking before, it's like that's why they are criminalized. That's why this shit is not everywhere, because it would be. I mean, the way mushrooms are being like kind of doled out a little bit now, there are cities where, you know, you can go have guided mushroom ceremonies, and terminally ill people will have these ceremonies, and they'll walk away and be like, yeah, I don't feel as, you know, I don't feel the same dire stress that I felt before this.
Right. Interesting. You know? Yeah, mushrooms I have to do. I feel like mushrooms is like, you got to just do them.
Yeah. Do it with Lou.
Do it with Lou.
Yeah,
But
Lou.
here's my question. Can they get fentanyl into my ayahuasca?
Well, if you ask nice, they can pop it in. No problem. Yeah, they'll give you a sprinkle.
All right, so here's what we do. At patreon.com/ChristyComedy, we always ask the guest, or if there's no guest, I just ask myself. We pick a couple of questions that we like from the fans. We read out their Patreon name, and then they get to their question asked, and we answer it. So this is from Georgios Soulakalos, medicine woman, who I guess Georgios Skoukalos is the guy from Ancient Aliens. Kama, medicine woman. Dr. Quinn, medicine woman.
I love the silent T. Always been a passion of mine.
This is question for Chrissy Ceiling fans. When was the last time you seriously thought about killing yourself? Do those thoughts go away once you get money? Not a cry for help, just asking. So 100% a cry for help. And
we hear you.
And we hear you. I don't think about killing myself really ever, because I do feel, this is just me. I understand that committing suicide or people who are suicidal, I look at it like a disease, like cancer, like if it's going to kill you, it's going to kill you. It happens to people. But in my head, I don't believe I have that disease, because I feel I couldn't do that to my kids. I would have to stay around until Jesus or
I could do it to you if
Barack
you
Obama took me.
Yeah.
You could kill me. What do you think about that?
I think I certainly don't think that like money or success gets rid of that.
No.
Like your brain has like a certain amount of it that is just devoted to stress, no matter where you get.
Yes.
You know. But no, I don't. I think I definitely like. I mean, sometimes you'll have those like petty suicidal thoughts where you're like, that'd show them.
Yeah.
You know, well, you'll be like something didn't go your way, and you'd be like, oh, if I just like hung myself in the garage, they'd all feel so bad for me. You know, like that sort of stuff. But I think darkness comes on people who would seemingly have perfect existences all the time. I mean, there are a lot of successful people who.
There's some story.
Anthony Bourdain. I mean, that. You know
look how successful he was. He was making meat pies going around the world.
Yeah.
I read this story once, and I forgot what it might have been in. I forgot what book it was in.
The Bible.
Maybe it was the Outliers. Okay. Was it the Bible?
It probably was.
It might have been the Bible. It might have been the Nazi Symbiosis. It might have been Rich Dad Poor Dad. It might have been the coloring book
of Mice and Men.
It could have been of Mice and Men.
The coloring book of Mice and Men.
The coloring book of Mice and Men, which
Lenny
is
takes forever.
Yeah.
That big lug.
Big lug. I don't know what it could have been. My Smelly Princess, which is one I read to my kid. But it was a book that it had two examples of like this kind of question. One of them was a guy. There was the two richest men in Germany. Okay, one of them had like $1 billion, and the other one had like 999 million, whatever. They were right there, 1 and 2. And the guy was a little bit less rich. What he started to do is he started to give his money away to charity. He took care of his family, and he started to systematically give his money away. And what he wanted to do is, hopefully on his deathbed, he's giving his last money to people in need. And that's actually the way it worked out. It's like a very peaceful end.
It would suck if he lived longer after that. He's like, can I borrow $20?
Yeah, fuck. You told me I was going to die.
The doctor was really bad at this, I guess.
Yeah.
They brought my eye back to life, and now I need a bagel.
So, and then the other guy lost some of his money. So he, instead of being the top guy in Germany, he fell under the second guy by like $1 million, but he was like 998 now, and he killed himself. He jumped off a bridge because he had identified so much with the money that he, and then there was another story about this guy, this musician who, one of them, he was like literally like so happy. I think they were cousins or like close friends. He was so happy with his career because he was doing like road gigs here and there, and he was with his family and like, but he never became like a huge success, but he just he couldn't believe that he was getting this opportunity to do this. And then another guy felt the exact opposite, was getting gigs twice as big as him, and felt horrible because he was originally the drummer for Metallica.
Oh, wow.
And left.
Oh, my God.
And then, so he could see, even you, like all he was doing is comparing, what if I was Metallica? When meanwhile he was doing arena gigs on his own with whatever other band he was in. So I was like, wow, that's very interesting. It's just about how you're perceiving
it's ego. I mean, all that, that really is. I mean, well, think of like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk right now. Jeff Bezos. Lex Luthor.
Got it.
Our Lex Luthor.
Got it. And Elon Musk from the Giants.
Yeah, one of the best QBs.
The guy
of all
Lou was saying that I did a video with him.
Yeah, he's a big fan.
Yeah.
Those guys are definitely like it matters to them how much money they have. They have enough money that they will never be able to spend it, but they still have some mental deficiency where they need to be richer than the other one.
Yeah.
To feel fulfilled, and that's just
it's
insane.
It's a very interesting thing when you stop comparing yourself to other people and you just are. I've told this story a couple of times, but like. It helped. This thing helped me is when I had a CBS sitcom pilot that didn't go, went in the trash. They had me in cargo pants.
It was great.
It was everything.
I went to the table read.
Yep, I illegally put it on my YouTube, youtube.com/Christy Comedy. It's up there. Chaz Pumpin. Yeah, it's all up there. Just waiting to get sued. Annie Potts is in there.
Easy.
Diane Guerrero, who was in Encanto, which is like Encanto is like the biggest movie of all time. Yeah. Disney owns half the porn in the world.
Finally,
trying to make our kids slaves. But good movie Encanto.
For a different Chrissy chaos.
I use it. I watch Encanto to learn Spanish to talk to my family. But I remember I felt so horrible that I was given a year to this pilot. It didn't go. I was coming back to New York to tell my family it didn't go. And I remember like talking to, Jasmine, was like, oh, whatever, it sucks. But I remember talking to Delilah, who was 3 at the time. And I was like, that show that Daddy's doing, it didn't get picked up. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It didn't. And she goes, can we not go to the park? Like, that's what she was like, wait, are the swings, we can't go on the swings then? And I was like, no, of course we can go on the swings. Yeah. What am I paying for? Are you retarded? Yeah. I was like, of course we can go. Yeah. I was like, of course we go on the swings, honey. And she was like, oh. She was like, and then she like was like, did a fake. She's like, oh. And then she just went to go put her shoes on, and she was like waiting by the door for me to go take her to the park. I was like, nobody cares.
The version that you told me was she said, "Can you sell it to Fox?"
Yes, yeah,
which is not as charming.
Yeah,
no, you and I have talked over the years about this.
Yeah,
like where you see, because I mean, your career like is insane because of all this. I've had it in mind where you like, you're getting these pops and dips.
Yeah,
but you have to be able to manage that in a way that is like looking at it with an overview instead of just getting fixated on, because if in this business you are going to take all the bad news on the chin and let it kill you, it will
100%.
So you have to
that's anything in life too.
And with social media, it's so hard to not do comparative shit if you're in this business now.
Yeah, because it's
everybody's version of themselves is in front of you.
And even outside of entertainment, there's just always somebody to compare yourself to.
Always
my
someone
father used
better.
to tell me, I'm a little kid. He's like, there's always somebody better than you. You just have to remember that there's always a hotter girl on the next block. It's always happening.
Sometimes she's at your recital.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
show your bush.
It's true though.
Yeah,
you have to kind of be able to handle.
All right, here we go. This is from Blake. You can get more creative with the names, but if you want to go by Blake because you want to stay private, that's fine. Patreon.com/Christy Comedy. This is coming from Blake. This is pod question.
Do Robert Blake based on this question.
Yes, this is Blake Griffin. This is Blake Lively. If you had to commit a crime (S crimes), and by committing this crime, it would ensure that no one else would ever commit that crime ever again, what crime would you commit? Murder, terrorism, assault, all the above. Love the podcast, Blake Lively. I wrote, great question. I have no recollection of that.
Yeah.
So what would you do? Here, go up, Pippi. Could you see that again? What crime would you commit? You're going to commit it. But then, it is gone as a crime.
God, it's really hard.
But you have to bear it. Kind of like you're becoming Jesus. You're bearing the sins.
God, that is a tough one.
This crime is out. For me, it's simple.
What?
Tax evasion.
Oh, that's an easy one. You just came, I'm okay jaywalking.
You
came up with an easy one.
No, I'm kidding. For me, it would be, I would say I would do, it'd be a murder-suicide.
I would, close to that, I would suicide bomb.
Wow.
But the place I would suicide bomb would be like a place full of abysmal, it'd be like a place you'd be like, that's not too bad.
Yeah, I think because, it would be
like
nice
the Kardashians' house or something, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'd do that, and then people would be like, oh, well,
Yeah.
But I'd be like, there's no more.
House.
This, well.
No.
Is that an offer?
No, legitimately.
This was? Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Do you ever go digging in the yard for stuff?
Oh yeah, dude.
Like
I
ass
smell,
pieces or something?
I smell the toilet rings all day.
Still?
Yes.
I feel like that's your scent at this
Yeah.
point.
I'm like, why does this one smell like my dad? Oh, he was here last week.
Hey, Chrissy.
All right, let's do one more. One more pod question. Chrissy shotguns. That might be. History facts. Go down with a history fact. I saw that one. What's a wild and weird history fact that not a lot of people know about? We'll listen to the first 5 minutes of this episode.
Christ.
What I will say is a nice history fact that a lot of people don't know about is I'm starting to watch it now. It's on Netflix. I haven't really gotten into it. You might know about this. You ever heard of Colonia Dignidad?
No.
Okay. So it's a new name for your dick. Colonia Dignidad.
That's
this
great.
Is what it is.
Yeah, or my dad's dick.
Yeah, my dad's dick. Oh.
A pleasure, sir.
And we will do a bonus round for Gareth because it's right up his alley. So this place, Colonia Dignidad, I think it's in Argentina or Argentina.
Now I know what you're talking about.
Yes. And I think it's somewhere in South America there where right after World War II, group of German people, like thousands of German people, got safe haven in Argentina, and Colonia Dignidad, I think, is a German cult that still to this day,
I think we might have done one. Okay,
like
yeah.
100,000 plus
Yeah.
Germans live there and are literally they say worse than the original Nazis.
Oh, shit.
Like they want to bring it back big time, and Argentina just allows it to happen.
What the
and
fuck?
And they're fully when you go into this place, it's not they have Spanish accents. They are speaking full German. They have Oktoberfest. It is Germany inside Argentina. And the United States government spent $15+ million after World War II looking for Hitler in these places because they were not convinced he was dead. Isn't that? A lot of people are starting to think that Hitler never died.
I think he's still with us.
You think he's still with us?
I like to believe he's still with us.
Do you think Elon Musk made the link, that hyperlink thing for him?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, that is crazy though. But that vision is taking hold. That probably was an outlier at some point, and now there's so much of that festering everywhere.
Well, conspiracy theories now, that's just it's not even the internet. It's just life. Even my mom, again, who's devout Catholic, listens to the news, whatever. Even she's starting to be like, did 9/11 happen the way they said it happened?
Oh boy, that's great.
Yeah.
She must be smoking weed at this point.
Yeah.
What does she think of weed
She thinks
now?
Bin Laden's cute.
What is she? Well, at least, he's Mike Cannon, as you established on a recent episode.
Yes.
I believe Mike Cannon is Bin Laden. Come on, let's be honest. What does she think?
Why he bombs.
What does she think of weed now?
That's the podcast, everybody.
Are you doing a mic drop?
No, I was kidding.
What does she think of pot
I think
now?
that she would smoke weed. I actually want to smoke. It's her birthday today. We should get her in here and start doing edibles.
Let's
should we
hotbox
just
this
not
room.
even tell her and just try this candy?
That's a great way to do it.
Yeah.
That's the best way. More candy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That she'll try.
They said that when I was the body that the Russians got, because they're talking about in France here on this article, but the bodies that the Russians got, they say they got Hitler's body when they did the DNA testing. It was a 35-year-old woman body, which they think either it was Eva Braun or Hitler was transitioning.
Well, which one do you think is more
I
likely?
think Hitler was trans.
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
And that's what I think the secret he was hiding. I genuinely think that's why.
He was a hurdler.
It wasn't that. It wasn't even that he wanted to kill himself. He did not want the Allies to know. He didn't want to go. He will not see my pussy.
Yeah, you will not see. Did you say not see my? That's cute.
Those back-to-back bangers.
Yeah, I think
The
the show
Bin
has
Laden
to be
bomb
over.
joke and not see my pussy. That's why I did it. Patreon.com.
Yeah.
Let's go to the last
hairnet.net.
question.
Sorry,
Yes, hairnet.net.
we do have it now, and we've
Yes.
got a bunch of pictures up. So go to hairnet.net. We're now finally selling hairnets. We've got the whole thing
Yes.
up there. You can get the Hasan. We've got a bunch of
You can
options.
get the Hasan. It's a 2012 hairpiece.
We've got bush hairnets, so you can show your bush, not show your bush. We've
Yeah.
got it all running up there right
Yes.
now. Patreon.com, hairnet.net.
Yes.
.com, Patreon.
Yes.
/net.
So this is from our friend Putin Rican.
There you go. You're getting a good name. You're happy with the name
It's
finally.
a good name. And then it's FMK, which is Fuck, Marry, Kill, Earmuffs. Okay, Chrissy and Gareth.
I think you're supposed to say earmuffs before, but go ahead.
Okay. Fuck, Marry, Earmuffs. Jen Pizaski. Nancy Pelosi, AOC, and then we have a bonus round, Jasmine TT Pimpy for the fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, wow.
So you go first, Gareth. You can take.
Well, why
cracks
don't I'll take the first one, and then you can do that one, and then we'll do the last. Okay, so, this is not a threat in any way. This is not a direct threat in any way. This is a question. So I'm gonna Nancy Pelosi will be killed.
Okay.
Yeah. And
now you're gonna kill her because you believe she has eternal life because she's a lizard.
I mean, anyone who's like just looks more skeleton than skin at this point, it's time to go.
She's getting killed.
Plus her 2 fridges that are full of ice cream. Also, she's like a walking martini, so she goes.
Yes.
Jen Psaki.
Is it Saki?
It's Saki bomb.
I said Jen Psaki.
That's fine. It's like that other guy with the silent T. You got a lot of silent consonants. Jen Psaki, I'm fucking.
Nice.
Yep. And she better not tell the press corps. And AOC I marry because I know she will let me let myself go a little bit, as we saw with Richie Rogers, her husband.
Yes.
So I know that I have the bandwidth to really sort of like do whatever I want. You know what I mean? I could be loading up on pies. Yeah. Just kind of lazily slothing around, and she'll love me still.
I think for me, for the bonus round, Jasmine TT Pimpy, I think it's pretty simple. I think you guys know, of course, what I would do is, of course, I would marry TT, kill Jasmine, fuck Pimpy.
I mean, I bet some people thought you were going to like throw a curveball, but here you are giving the obvious answer.
Obvious answer.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. And that's what we do here on the show is we just kind of throw the heat right down the middle, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing after this?
I'm going to get a COVID test.
Why?
Because I don't trust you. I don't. I want it. Well, I'm hoping they can see if I have monkeypox, which again, I'm really trying to get it. hairnet.net/patreon.net/com. I'm looking to get monkeypox. I'm hoping that I have it. So after this, I'm going to go try and score some pox.
What is the test for monkeypox?
I mean, basically, that's it.
That's it.
There you go.
You just put a banana out and see if you peel it?
With your feet. They see if your feet peel it. Yeah. And they're like, oh boy, he's not good. Have you seen pictures of monkeypox?
No, let's pull up pictures of monkeypox.
It is. You do not want monkeypox.
Let's see. Oh,
that's
no.
Nothing. That's nothing.
That's not it?
Well, that's it. There you go.
That sucks.
There you go. Yeah.
So the thing is, like, if you get monkeypox,
you don't want to be that kid.
That's
not what you
good.
want.
The thing is with
I love the
monkeypox.
photographer too. Is like, could we see the hands too, son?
Yeah.
Throw those hands up, would you? We really want to just show the width of this.
Well, it's funny because if it's like COVID, it's like, do I have it? Do I not have it? But monkeypox, you kind of just know. Like, you can't wake up like that and be like, it's not monkeypox.
I'm having my second adolescence. I've eaten too much chocolate.
Is there a cure for monkeypox, or how do we get it?
Potentially, the smallpox vaccine works, but they don't know if there's enough of it, and also people are pretty vaccine opposed now. So
I got smallpox. I think I got the smallpox vaccine, and I got chickenpox.
You got smallpox.
I got chickenpox.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we all got
So
chickenpox.
if I got chickenpox, am I immune to monkeypox?
No, you have a higher chance of getting
What?
it. Yeah.
How many animals are going to get in my pox? What am I running a zoo in my cells?
Yeah, no, you don't want.
Well, you're a
monkeypox.
vegetarian. You can't get it, dude. You don't eat meat.
I eat monkey.
Do you eat
I have
monkey?
the carve out is I'll eat monkey and I'll eat monkey eggs.
When's the last time you had a piece of meat?
Ooh. 10 years ago.
Wow.
10,
Because
11
you
years
look
ago.
noticeably thinner and healthier from the last time I seen you, but you were vegan and all that.
But I was really partying. I would remember. I mean, I seriously. I used to love to drink.
Yeah.
Ayahuasca and that stuff does make you go like, you know what?
I don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe ayahuasca might be a way. You don't need
But now I drink ayahuasca every day.
every day.
Yeah, I have a Waska soda.
Do you think they'll ever make it like that, where ayahuasca's just out
No,
there?
you couldn't. No, you couldn't. You couldn't.
Like, could you drive a car when you were on ayahuasca, or no way? You have no control of your body.
There is a point where you definitely couldn't drive a car. One time when I was in LA during a fire, my buddy and I had been planning on taking mushrooms for 3 weeks. So I went over there, and there's all those times where LA's on fire. It's one of the better features of the city.
Yeah.
And so we took mushrooms, and we were out on his deck. And I was just looking at the Mad Maxian sun, with the cover of the smoke clouds, and I'm just like, should we be outside? And he's like, yeah, I'm sure it's fine. And then I Google it, and I'm like, no, this says don't be outside.
Yeah,
I was like,
not.
this very. He's like, it's fine. But then I was like, my cat's at home, and I left my windows open, so I was like, I should probably go back and close my fucking windows. So with a nice tripping hum, I drove home, and if anything, there was never. It's the lowest chance of getting in an accident ever because I was so hyper tuned into the experience that I was like,
Really?
yeah, I was like I was like, you know what I mean? Like driving with my hazards on at 15 miles an hour, like this, I cannot crash. And, but that was tough. So ayahuasca, I would imagine, would be fucking
How is your
impossible.
cat? Your cat's name's Jose.
Jose, he's doing great. He's losing weight. He's looking good. Hairnet.net.
Where? Yes, that's it. I remember your first apartment or the apartment you had. Your address was like 163.5.
Yeah, 864.5.
864.5.
And it literally makes your life hell because like the apartment building was like, that exists. And like the state was like, does not.
Yeah.
And then so any package, like my neighbor, I had to have a very good relationship with my neighbors at 864.
Yeah.
Because 864.5.
You just, there was no option to put your real address down ever.
That was my real, yeah. No, but like, you know when you're like on the plane and you want to do go-go in flight?
Yeah.
I'd be like, credit card, great. Address. And it'd be like, we're going to need a real address. I'd be like, look, go-go. I'm telling you that is connected to my credit card. That's
864.5.
And then a lot of times the half, you can't fit a half in there. You know, it's like one new box / new box 2. You're like, that's not going to stick.
So are you happy to have moved out just because now you can get packages?
Yeah, finally.
Nice.
Yeah.
Or I got to come up to your house.
I'd love that.
And then you're always going to Idaho.
Well, I moved to Idaho for 2020 when I canceled all my dates for the year.
How wild is that he just moved to Idaho?
Everyone was like, that's a crazy
Did you do
thing.
drugs there? Did you do ayahuasca or shrooms or anything in Idaho?
I did shrooms there, and I had a pot closet because once I got there, I found out it's so criminalized there, smoking weed. So I just smoked
Smoking weed is criminalized in Idaho?
Well, weed in Idaho's crazy.
They're like very religious, right?
Yes. Well, not even, I mean, they're just like, it's a cop state. And so smoking weed, I would just smoke weed in like this closet in my place. Like for my 1-bedroom apartment in LA, I got a 3-bedroom house in Idaho. And so I just went there for a year. And now that's like fucking up the whole renters market in Idaho. I feel bad. I mean, I didn't cause it, but a lot of people think I did.
Well, maybe you did. A lot of people
are saying
they
that
wrote
I
on the
did.
Patreon that you did.
I'm looking on the chat right now. A lot of people are saying that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just went there for a year, and it was amazing because like I worked on a show like from a Zoom room for like 3 months, and then outside of that,
Zoom.
Did you just come up with that?
Yes.
Your voice is unbelievable.
Yes.
It really is.
Thank you.
I didn't know that about you. But then I just went like to hot springs and just fucking kicked it.
Dude, what a sick life. That's
was
like what
great.
Pimpy does. Pimpy does shit like that.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
I love Idaho.
Yeah, as far as nature, Idaho is fucking awesome.
Yeah, Pimp does a lot. Pimp will go to like, what is it, Joshua Tree?
Joshua
I'll
Tree's
drive
great.
across country, but I
Yeah.
filmed fishing shows in Idaho, and I loved it.
Yeah.
What part of Idaho were you in, Pimp?
Oh, geez, I forget the biggest river in Idaho.
Big River, Idaho.
That's the one. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was
But I mean,
gorgeous. It
I
was
would like,
gorgeous.
I would snowshoe like
Boise's the capital.
this kid, like a gun on his fucking hip. I would like hike 2 miles in snowshoes up this like hill and then go to hot spring. I felt like James Bond. And you'd be alone. I would be like, this is like fucking
By
rare.
yourself.
By myself. Like if I died, people would not know what had happened.
Not even the cat? Jose wasn't with you?
No.
Oh, my God.
Like a snow panther. Just leading me. I'm on his back like he's like my Thundercat or whatever.
No, that's freaking awesome, man. So we
Yeah.
got to do an Idaho. Maybe we'll do a pod from Idaho.
Yeah.
But you're not there anymore.
No. But
They're in Apple Juice, California.
that's right. Sacramento, the state capital, for no reason.
I love it. Where can people see you?
You can go to GarethReynolds.com for stand-up dates. You can go to DolloppPodcast.com for those dates. Follow me at social media at ReynoldsGareth on all the platforms. And again, hairnet.net. Please sign up for our weekly newsletter. Chris, you get it.
That's it, baby.
I love you.
Right now, I'm at the Vulcan. Right now, today, I'm at the Vulcan in Austin, Texas. I believe they're sold out, but come to the door. Maybe some people died of monkeypox. And then Thursday, same thing. I think there's only a few tickets left for the late show at Stand Up Live in Phoenix, Thursday the 26th. Might be sold out by now. But if, again, people are dying left and right of monkeypox, so just show up at the door, chrisdcomedy.com.
Promo code Monkeypox.
Promo code Monkeypox. Yeah, ChristyComedy.com, Patreon.com/ChristyComedy, and ObamaHealthcare.org.